You are listening to the Built to Grow podcast, delivering the knowledge in all things fitness business. We help gym owners win. Here are your hosts, Tim Lyons and Randy Engston.
All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, in studio, as always, the samurai of success, Randy Engston. What's up, buddy?
Yay! Nice bright morning here for those following along on YouTube.
Yeah, doing a little morning podcast because we've got our good friend Julian coming in for custom automation, a little automation build out today. So today and tomorrow we had to sneak in this couple episodes this morning, and we're going to keep it rolling. So a couple things to announce real quick. We've got the automation workshop coming up February 5th and 6th. No, 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. You can find out more information about what that's all about at pfmarketingsolutions.com/automation, and then come out here for 2 days, build that thing out for yourself, and take it back home. A nice, shiny, new automated system.
Yeah, lock in your spot. You can do it right there from that site. So we'll you'll have all the information there for the event itself, and then like you said, you'll return home with a beautiful, full custom, as custom as you can make it. Yeah. And it's gonna be great, man. That's my favorite place of where we are right now.
Doing the automations?
I think of what it's doing for business owners is solving a huge problem.
Nothing but success stories.
Yep.
This client canceled on me. They rebooked. 3 days later, they canceled and rebooked and showed up and purchased. And if that automation wasn't in place, that gym owner would not be picking the phone
Absolutely
up and
not.
trying to chase this guy down. Because you know what the thing that I see is gym owners, trainers, people that are in the sales position, unless you're a driven salesperson, that's your only job, you start giving up on these leads pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, you're dragged in a million places too.
And if this person's not motivated, I don't want them in here anyway. That's the excuses you tell yourself as so you don't follow up with these leads.
Sure.
He wouldn't have been a good fit anyway. Obviously, that's not true. People get busy, but you just have to have these systems in place, and having it in automation is the win. That is the answer.
Yeah.
Unless you have a dedicated salesperson, and for sure that person's calling 5, 6, 7 times these leads each and every day of the week, then it's probably not happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And the problem we hear all the time is that gym owners have their hand in too many places. They're wearing too many hats. And so the problem with them taking the next step or moving the needle forward is they have to find ways of getting some of that work off of the plate. This is the one area I think that the greatest gain happens.
Okay.
You're taking the most amount of tedious work right off your plate through automation and making it better at that fact.
Yep.
Because it's not like this is just, throwing it into a system and it's regurgitated content that's garbage. And this stuff works, and we see it happening every day.
And we just built onto it yesterday. I was showing you our accountability play that lives inside of Keep now too. And we'll get into that later. That's not what this episode's about. We did want to let you know there are limited seats for the automation workshop happening in February. Get on board now. And if you have any questions, book a call at pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. Today's episode is how to get the most out of your content.
Yeah.
And that's if a couple episodes ago we talked about content, is your content king, and all that. But the question that comes up is, I don't have enough content to put out there, or I don't know what to do for content, or I don't know what content is, or different ways to do it. So we're going to just tell you how to do it on this episode.
Yeah, there you go. How to make the most of it.
Okay, so if there's anything that you can do that's going to leverage, let's just take this back. Content's hard to figure out if you don't have a game plan. And so one of the best things you can do is just listen. Listen to what your clients are asking you out on the training floor, the questions they have, the questions that come up over and over and over. Guess what? That can become content for you.
Good content, yeah.
And when we define content can be a million things. It could be written, it could be voice, like this podcast is content, it could be video, it could be graphical, like infographics could be content. It could be playbooks, strategy guides, blueprints, cheat sheets. Those are all pieces of content. And once you start thinking about it, like, oh, well, wait a minute. Yeah, now I get it. It's not just a blog article. It's not just an email. It could be a million different mediums.
Mediums, yep.
Yeah, different mediums. So how do we do it here? Well, the thing that we've done since probably the last 5 years is we leverage our personal training team, our coaches, to develop the content. So each and every week it rotates. Our coaches have to come up with we call it a trainer topic.
Trainer topic, yep.
That's our trainer topic. The trainer topic is, something that they have a passion in. Maybe it's nutrition. Maybe it's about supplements. Maybe it's about sleep. Maybe it's about the best running shoes or the best training shoes. Maybe it's any of those things. They're listening to their clients, and they're creating an article. And in the team meetings every single Tuesday, one of the coaches has to talk about the trainer topic.
Yeah, to present it to the team, right? Educate them on what they put together.
Exactly. And then we take that, and then we make that a blog.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the first thing that we do. Now, the whole premise of this episode is how to repurpose the same exact topic into multiple different ways.
Yeah, multiple platforms. And
so let's just take it to, let me think about this. We did, well, the yesterday's one was five fitness myths. I think Mike Jr. put that together, 5 fitness myths. So basically, he's got 5 myths, and I don't remember what the myths were. He wasn't 100% done with it. He was just telling us about it. So what we do is, this is our process. We put on the blog first, okay? Then the day the blogs come out, we send an email out with just a little blurb about what the blog post is about, and we put a picture in it. And if you go to our blog at pulsefitnessaz.com/blog, you'll see we're pretty consistent on our images.
Mm-hmm.
I was always very cognizant about the brand look and feel.
Yep.
So we create these blog post cover images that end up going into the email. They end up going into the blog. They could be, or we can post them on Facebook, and we drive everybody back to the website.
There you go.
And the reason that we drive everybody back to the website is twofold. Number one is, that's where the content's going to live. We definitely lean on our blog pretty hard. Or it's kind of like the hub of where the content lives. And yes, all those are articles, but we can just as easily make videos and put those videos on our website too. We want to drive people back to our website to one, read the full article, but 2, to pixel them. So we want to get them into our custom audiences that we can create ad campaigns and drive people that are looking at our blogs. On top of that, when they're done with the blog, we're going to have a call to action in there. If you want to start a 14-day trial, click here. So there's a call to action in the blog. They're on our website. They can click around at that point, because it's a little bit different than when you're running a funnel.
Mm-hmm.
So the blog, we want them to go to our blog to then read other articles, to bounce around and maybe become a lead. When we're talking about an offer, like we want to drive people to a funnel, we don't want all that crap on there.
Yep.
In fact, we try not to send them to our website sometimes. And so that's really the purpose of trying to drive them to our website, so we can pixel them, they can bounce around, they can read additional articles, they can learn about the team, see where we're at. And they're coming to our blog from our email list and our Facebook posts and our Instagram posts.
Sure. Or they're previously from one of those places, and they know that there's a consistent
and they update
back. And they come back looking for it. Sure.
Yep. So anytime that we do a new blog post, we're going to go ahead and post it on social to let people know. And we don't put the whole blog post in the copy. We just give them a little blurb, and to learn more, click here, and it takes them back to the website.
Yeah, it's like Cliff Notes, right? You have to lead the user to the full article.
Yeah, it's typically like the first introduction. To read more, click here. You ever seen those emails, and then you click there, and it goes to the website? That's the way you do. The right way to do blog content.
Sure.
That's the right way.
That's a process. Like, there's thought that goes into that. That's not just throwing this out there every week, and just kind of mixing things together. I mean, that is a strategy.
Yep.
And then including a pixel and having things like that. That's marketing. That's marketing in the brand recognition, allowing a client to, receive that education, understand that, or build that trust and respect factor. And like you said, when it's right for them, then they're going to take action. then they're going to take,
Right.
click the link for the trial. Then they're going to move down the, the process, down the funnel. Yeah, the funnel itself.
And you better believe that every one of those entry points into our website, in the lead forms, they're all tied into our automation. Right? So they click in as they get started, lead now, and they go into our automation. They get voicemails, texts, and emails to book an appointment, and that's the whole like cyclical way to use content. So now you've got these blog posts, you've got emails, you've got Facebook posts and social media. Now, if you want to take it another step further, you can make an ebook about that.
Yeah.
You can say maybe it was 5 tips about this, and now that becomes a lead magnet. And for those of you who don't know what a lead magnet is, we always define it as an ethical bribe.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us your information, aka lead information, and we'll hand you and give you this
Piece of value.
piece of value.
Sure.
And then you want to take it another step further, you can then go ahead and do a video about that. You can do the same topic in a video. You want to go a little bit deeper than that, you go and do a blog or a podcast about that same topic. You want to go a little bit deeper than that, you can make an infographic that takes in a visual of what that blog post was about.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to go even further than that, you can create a seminar or a nutrition or
a workshop or something, sure,
around the content. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
So these are all ways to leverage, guess what? One topic.
Mm-hmm.
One topic. This isn't 12 topics. It's one topic repurposed over and over different ways, and there's a process. I don't put the whole article out there on email. I don't put the whole article out there on a Facebook post. I drive them back to the website, and then we can pixel those posts.
Because it's a strategy. Again, it's not just, and this is a common question with our coaching clients and gym owners that I speak with. It's a problem. They don't know where to source content from, so Tim's giving you the answer there. Utilize your team.
Utilize your team and listen to your clients.
Yeah, well, and that was what I was going to get to. At your team is usually the closest point to, they're hearing the information back and forth from the clients themselves.
Yeah.
So utilize them as a resource. They're the ones that have their nose to the grindstone, that knows what the conversations being had are, and so allow them to contribute. Turn that into a piece of value in a blog
Post, yeah.
And then strategically tie in your mediums so that you're driving traffic to a central hub where you can pixel, which now gives you power to retarget. You have your other sources there where you can get started for trials and things like that. They can bounce around, see what you bring to the table. This is a huge strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes into something like that.
This isn't just a blog. This isn't just a Facebook post with a video.
Exactly.
Not even close. It's a whole. It's a sick cycle. And then as you think about this, Google ranks websites based on authority and content. And when you're posting over and over every single week, it gets re-indexed. It starts showing up in different search engines. Some of our blogs have been so well received. It's tough because we get people from way outside
Sure.
Arizona reading our blogs, and then they want to know more. And we have a live chat feature on our website that pops up even on the blog pages. And so they'll be asking our live chat people about the blog articles.
That's awesome.
Hey, what about this dopamine receptor in your brain? All this, like, the lady's like, would you like to come in for a consultation? Well, I'm in Oregon. Oh, no, that doesn't. So some of our content gets ranked so high when people are searching other topics. Our blogs show up as results.
Sure.
And they're not even near us, unfortunately, but still.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, it still positions you as an authority.
Yeah.
It means that the content and what you're delivering is resonating with your audience.
Right.
Even though it's outside your local home, it's still probably the right demographic in the individual that is supposed to resonate with. So
we had one of our coaches who's no longer here. She moved away, but Raquel was her name, and she was super into
mechanics.
Oh, yeah. And she wrote this really good blog about back health. And she quoted Dr. Stu McGill and some other scientists about studies they had done. And she shared it with them. And that thing went so viral, it was unreal. We had doctors, chiropractors, scientists posting on our website about the article, how great it was, and it was pretty cool.
I remember when she got the shout out from him, and she was like ecstatic, running around here all day. Like that was like her little idol, commended her on how well it was. I mean, she literally like glowed from that little piece of recognition. It was great.
And that goes even further into, driving your team. Your team is driven based not only on monetary things, we've talked about this, but about recognition.
Yeah.
And making a difference. And allowing them to do the articles is actually going to go a lot further than you think.
Well, the shoulder mobility one, the shoulder repair one that Zach did. My parents brought it up to me because my dad's had multiple shoulder surgeries and things like that, and my parents were talking to me one day, and they're like, "Yeah, the video with the shoulder," and I hadn't seen it. And so they were so educated on this video, and they're bringing it to my attention. I'm so confused on what they're talking about. They're like, "Yeah, it's on Pulse. The one that was on Pulse." I was like, "Oh, I'll have to go look at that." I'm like, I'm too much in the weeds to see it. But
that was our very first content video that we did about in that strategy.
Yeah.
That thing had 100 shares and about hundreds of thousands of views. And we put all those people into a custom audience on video views, and we retargeted. So it's a multi-pronged approach. It's not just doing a video and throwing it on Facebook.
Yes, exactly.
It's really not. It's way bigger than that, but it can be done easy. It's not hard if you understand the process. So let's take it step by step. Number one, listen to your clients. Find out what they're asking you questions on, because if your clients are asking the questions, the people in the market are probably having the same questions.
Or common problems.
Questions, and things are like, hey, my lower back hurts. Is there some stretches I can do? What shoes should I wear to work out?
Sure.
What should I eat after my workout? What should I eat before my workout? These are things that your clients are asking you on a daily. Just listen. So number one, listen, and do yourself a favor. If you have a whiteboard or a notepad, just write down the stuff that they're asking you. Then leverage your team. So every week, again, we say every coach has to pick a topic and create an article. An article doesn't have to be super long. Some of our coaches do big articles, some don't. It doesn't matter. Short, long, it's good to mix it up. Okay, so number two, leverage your coaches to actually write the articles. If you don't have a team, you can find ghostwriters. There's ghostwriters that will do blogs, and you can give them the topics, and they will research it for you, and they will charge you, and they'll write the article, but it's yours. You can take that, and that's what ghostwriters do. Number three, post it to your blog on your website. That is under your domain. So yourdomain.com/blog. Make it visually appealing. Number four, make it a consistent look on your blog images.
Your brand feel.
So if you look at pulsefitnessaz.com/blog, you'll see they're pretty close, every single one.
Yeah, if you took the logo off of it, you would still feel
that
there's a consistent thread between those photos.
Yep. And I will tell you, the latest few got away from us. We had our front desk girl pick up some slack, and she made some images that aren't inconsistent with ours, so we're changing them.
But educated, that's a learning curve. Yeah,
unfortunately. All right, so you post it to your blog. Number 5, take an email, take the first paragraph out, send it to your list, use the blog image as the cover image on the email, and a link to your blog back to your website. Do the same for Instagram.
Social.
Yep. Number 6. Number 6 is Facebook posts. Do the same thing for Facebook posts. Drive them back to your website. In the whole process, you should have a pixel, Google remarketing tag if you've got Google ads going, or a Facebook pixel. Put that there.
Hopefully both,
and start building up these custom audiences. Number 7, number 8, I'm not sure what I'm on. If you want to leverage it further, create a video about it. Okay, that video could then be another post. That could be your Facebook post.
Sure.
It could also be a YouTube video. You can post it to your YouTube channel.
That's a good place, guys. YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world. Remember that. Google, YouTube. People go to YouTube to solve problems. You should be there. You should have representation.
Researching, yep. Number 9, number 10, I don't even know what I'm on. If you want to take it further, then you can do a podcast. If you want to do a podcast, you can do a video. You can do a lead magnet based around this topic if it's big enough. And there you have it.
Yeah. And then you have the opportunity at some point, try to capture that lead. Try to turn that visitor, which you can repurpose or retarget, but try to see if there is, like, create a lead magnet where you can give away that piece of value in exchange, like Tim said, a free bribe for their name and email address. So now they're in your system. Now your automation can take over, and now you can nurture that client long term.
Boom. Exactly. And so there's and you should be very, and probably the overarching thing is be very consistent. We're once a week. You can do once every 2 weeks if you're just starting. If you really want to just dip your toe in the water once a month, I don't think that's enough. But okay, try to get down to once a week. I've seen people do 3 times a week.
Sure.
If you're really on it, you do 3 times a week. It may get a little stagnant and old. And research other, I wouldn't say go research fitness websites. Go research like digital marketing.
Digital marketer. I was going to say digital marketing companies, you do this really well.
Yeah. Digitalmarketer.com does a great job on their blogs. All their images are exactly the same. They're like these cartoon. They went with the cartoon route. We went with the regular picture route. Just go look and start bouncing around to these big, go to Apple, go to Microsoft, go to bigger companies and look at how they do their content. And learn how they're doing it. Get on those lists. It can't hurt you.
No.
You just unsubscribe if you don't want to get them anymore. But there you go. I would go to Adespresso. Adespresso does a really good job.
Was it Massimo or what's his name?
Massimo.
Massimo. Yeah, I see his emails all the time.
Yes, he does a really good job on his content. He does a lot of case studies. He does everything, and it's very consistent look, feel. Yeah. There you have it, guys. Use this to win. Again, our purpose here is to help gym owners win. Hopefully get a better grasp around how you can leverage content in multiple ways.
Yeah, this is the
drive revenue.
This is the other half of the marketing realm, right? Everybody's heavily focused in that direct response. This is a way of building that long-term engagement and allowing clients to kind of seek you out, allow them to feel that allow that education to take over to where you are the solution to their problem. I love this stuff.
And just to kind of be aware, guys, you're going to see people out there using the, I don't know, is it a scare tactic? It's not really a scare tactic. It's more of like a going against the grain. They'll tell the story like, oh, I posted blog articles and every day and did this and did this and did this, and I still didn't get any clients. Use my method instead. Like you'll see gurus pushing that. I don't think at any point that content and value is ever going away. But it's not creating it once and throwing it out there once and hoping for the best. It's using it in all these different platforms and driving it back to your website. There's a process. Obviously, if you're just going to do a blog and just let it sit on your website, never send people to it, yeah, that's a waste of time.
Yep.
You got to drive traffic to get some eyeballs on there, and then you get the retargeting going. You can do all kinds of other stuff with it. So be aware. There's going to be people out there, and you read these Facebook ads that say, not to do this. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying do it in this way. Do it in this strategic way, and you're going to win. You're going to do a lot better. Yeah,
and they all play together.
Yep.
It's not just this is going to be better than direct response, or direct response is going to be better than they all should. You should have representation in every area of that.
Beautiful. Okay, guys. So if you're interested in the automation workshop, don't forget pfmarketingsolutions.com/automation, and if you want to get on a call with Randy or myself, pfmarketingsolutions.com/call. Until next time, guys, keep changing lives. See ya.